Nancy Pelosi and Mark Green have absolutely loaded up on this clean energy penny stock. This one has a 52-week low around $1 and is actually currently trading at his 52-week high around $4. Mark Green had his first large purchase order of around 250,000 back on June 2nd of this month. And just a few days ago, he has disclosed that he bought another $250,000 worth. It looks like he has bought over 1 million plus in shares since 2022, and it looks like Nancy Pelosi has also purchased 250,000 shares back on June 14, 2023, just the other day. So when you see Mark Green make absolute bank on this ticker, on this energy stock, already up hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he continues to buy more shares. What did this tell me? Obviously, it looks like, I'm not saying they have it, but it always looks like they have insider information. These are very powerful politicians. And, when they buy these types of stocks, it's definitely worth looking into. But going over a short squeeze play, a space stock that soars as the company prepares for their first commercial space flight. So is this stock about to have a very big short squeeze because they are skyrocketing on their first commercial space flight announcement? This will give them a lot of revenue. This company is losing a lot of money every quarter, with their operations. And now they have a big chance to get revenue. So it's like 22% of the entire free float is being shorted, with the live short interest, with this short interest being around 51 million shares. So the cost of borrow fee has been in a downtrend. So what that tells me is the short seller demand is going down. So are they waiting to see if there's some big news? They have returned some more shares. So this one could have a very big squeeze. So they are to launch their first commercial space flight in the final week of June, which is just next week. So, with some successful flights, stuff like that, this one could really squeeze, see a big push in the stock price. But it's also important to note that if there are flight failures or delayments, which there have been in the past, that would be catastrophic for this stock. But definitely one we have to watch going into next week. The company has already sold around 800 tickets for commercial split flights at $450,000 each. Looks like they're estimating that each flight will bring in more than $2.7 million for the company. So obviously this is very big news. It looks like, so this should add a lot of revenue for the company. It looks like all this news and next week is silencing the short sellers. They're probably just on the sidelines on their toes, watching to see if these are successful, with some very big catalysts or successful news on their flights. This one could have a very big squeeze. Already, potentially had a little squeeze with some return shares and PR that, was kind of old, wasn't really anything new. But, this is definitely one to watch. This is a highly shorted stock that could see a squeeze next week. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Definitely one that has a lot of eyes on it right now. So Mark Green has absolutely loaded up on this stock, ticker NGL. It does also look like they have improved their balance sheet over the last year, eliminating a massive amount of debt in the last year. And as you can see, the last month, this one is up 50%. Last week, up 7%. And then the last year, this one was trading around $1.50 and has been in an uptrend ever since. The important people like Mark Green that have power. And it also does look like Nancy Pelosi has bought around $250,000 worth of this stock, although I have not seen the filings. So I'll be honest, I did not see any actual filings that Nancy Pelosi has indeed bought any source of stock in this company. But we do know Mark Green has, and there's a lot of speculation and rumors out. And apparently it looks like she may have bought twice this month or has bought some shares, but we'll have to wait and see if this actually happened. This is definitely one we have to watch. Like I said, 52-week low of $1, 52-week high around, what it's trading at right now, $4.18. And as you see, he continued to buy more shares when he has already made a lot of money. So I'm pretty bullish on the stock. Think it has potential to reach $10 plus. We'll just have to see what happens and if they get any kind of government funding or contracts or stuff like that. But definitely one we have to watch. One ticker we have to talk about is ticker SPCE. Virgin Galactic stock soars as the company prepares for the first commercial space flight. This is supposed to start next week. And is this one about to squeeze even higher? It had some maybe a small squeeze last week and then a pullback. Virgin Galactic stock skyrockets, like I said, on their first commercial space flight announcement, launch in the final week of June. Like I said, the space tourism company says monthly flights will begin later this year. Virgin Galactic stock is still down about 20% versus its year-to-date high. Successful flights of Galactic 1 and 2 could really send the share price up. It's important to note that flight failures and any delayments like they have had in the past, they've been known for this, would really destroy the stock price, or we would see a downfall of the stock price. It looks like they're live short interest percent of the free float. Now, guys, Ortex isn't the most accurate side, but so I'm going to say, according to Ortex, the live short interest percent of the free float is 22%. Live short interest is around 51.2 million shares. It looks like they have returned 300,000 plus shares recently. Like I said, cost to borrow average is at 3%, has been in a downtrend lately. So that means the short seller demand is going down. So in the last week of June, when they start these flights, I am expecting more PRs and news. So definitely one we have to look at. So June 27th and June 30th are very big key dates for this company. The Galactic 1 will be launched between these dates. This flight will take 3 members of Italy's Air Force to undertake microgravity research, according to the CEO. So obviously there's some big partnerships and with the government and military with this stock, and they also are launching the first commercial space line for Earth with 2 dynamic products, our scientific research and private astronaut space missions. Last month, the California-based company said its net loss in the first quarter widened materially over a year-over-year basis to almost 160 million. So they are losing a ton of money, like I said, and barely, their revenue is pretty much non-existent. Very low revenue. This will give them some revenue potential, really should up their revenue. So definitely one we have to watch. Completed their final test space flight in May. Virgin Galactic Holdings Inc. also confirmed this morning that its second commercial space flight is planned for early August. From there on, flights will be scheduled monthly. That's very good to see. Hopefully they will be able to stay on track, because in the past they have had a lot of delayments and postponements and stuff like that. So the New York listed company has already sold around 800 tickets for the commercial space flights at $450,000 each. Estimates are for each flight to bring in more than 2.7 million for the company. Wall Street currently has a consensus of a hold rating on the Virgin Galactic stock. See, this is a big stock to watch, starting June 27th or near the end of this month in the next week. Definitely one we have to watch. A lot of short interest and a lot of big catalysts that are pending. So definitely watch this one very closely. That's it for the video, guys. Really appreciate the people that have been recommending stocks to me. The people, I don't always cover stocks that people want me to put in my videos, because there are a lot of people that message me on Twitter and stuff like that. They want to cover me, so I don't really want to make any promises, but I do tend to look at these, and if I see one that really catches my interest, I will cover it in a video. So definitely DM me on Twitter at 6K_investor. I really enjoy talking to you guys, and really appreciate all the support I've been getting on my videos. If you did enjoy this video and you are enjoying my content, make sure you tap the like button, put notifications on, and make sure you comment. Definitely drop a comment about what you think about these stocks below, and any other tickers that you were looking at. There's no promises. I will cover them in my videos, but I will look at them if I do see one that sparks my interest. It very well may be on the next video. But those are the 2 stocks I have for today, and so that is all I have for today. These 2 stocks are definitely ones we have to keep an eye on. The NGL is more of a long-term play. You could swing this one and make a lot of money. And SPCE, this one could have a very big squeeze with some successful flight news coming next week. So definitely some that you have to watch. I will see you guys on the next one.